I've got an update for you guys, or actually a couple of updates. One I think is pretty neat. Disclaimer though, there's no digging footage in this video. I did go hunting this morning, but I did it before daylight, before the sun came up. We have had some blazingly hot temperatures here lately. Most of the temps this past week have been over 106. I think one day we clocked in at 111. So even if you can tolerate the heat, we had no rain either, so the ground outside is like concrete. Most of the club members have already started hunting the lakes. So I went to the lake this morning. I took the Equinox. I went before daylight, and then by the time the sun came up, I wasn't really finding much, so I didn't go get the GoPro out of the truck. And can't really film after or before dark, before daylight with the GoPro because it just don't work. Not in the dark. That is one update. I'm getting a new camera, another sport camera, but it does do good in the dark, and it has audio even underwater, whereas the GoPro, when it's in its waterproof case, you can't hear what I'm saying. So we got a new camera coming. Should remedy the night hunting stuff and the audio issues. But we can empty the pouch together because I haven't really totaled this up. I don't know if I can do it one-handed. I did get a pair of cheap sunglasses. I think ZZ Top said something about those. Got lots of change, and that's about really it other than the trash. I don't know how much change. Yeah, I don't know you. Scammers. I did get some, I know I got a few fishing sinkers in here. Now I like finding fishing sinkers because in this part of Texas, I don't know if it's the same all over, but the scrap yards around here average 50 cents a pound for lead. So I got a couple of fishing sinkers, bottle caps, bullet. So at 50 cents a pound, that adds up pretty quick. The last time I went, it was 50 cents a pound. The time before that, it was 48, and then the time before that, it was 50. So it stays around 50 pretty consistently. So we got one, let's see. There's $1. This is a really old lake. There has been barber coins come out of this beach. I was standing next to a guy that dug a seeded coin. But this lake has been hunted hard lately. So it's not common anymore to find the older coins. This lake is 104 years old. So we got $3 in quarters. Here's $4. Got some pennies. Let's see. So we got 50 cents in dimes. 9 pennies. Okay, a bunch of bottle caps. And so, you know, I didn't clickbait you with that title. I did use the Equinox today in the lake. And I got these underwater headphones because I got tired of waiting on MindLab. These came from a eBay seller in Hungary. And there's another eBay seller from overseas, but he had the big, bulky cups, and his feedback is, it's not bad, but it's not great. They've had some issues with his headphones. This guy, his feedback was 100%, and all he was selling was these, and everybody was talking about how comfortable these were and how great they sound, and that is a fact. They are comfortable, they sound good, and he used a super heavy-duty coil cable here, coiled, whatever you call this. And I've used these twice and I had no problems with them. They are comfortable, they do sound good. So that's one update. I did check his auctions today, and he's not selling anything. He doesn't have any of these up for sale, so I don't know what's going on. If he still had some up, I'd give you his username, but I don't really know what he's doing, so we'll let that. I mean, we'll have to just keep checking on it, basically. Like I said, it's been like scorching hot here, so there hadn't been a whole lot of hunting going on. I think we got a cold front coming in now. It's cloudy and we got a north wind blowing, so it's cooled off to 102. So that's pretty good. Okay, one of the updates I really wanted to tell y'all about that I thought was so cool is, you remember in the last magnet fishing video, there was 2 knives that I found. Both of them were just trashed. But I did want to try to clean them up and put them in the display case with my other knives, but I didn't want to just throw them in there with all that funk on them from the bottom of the lake. I was able to get both of them apart, and the first one that I thought was so cheap, and I thought that I didn't even think it would come apart. It just looked corroded shut. But I was able to get it open and polished all the little stainless mechanisms inside, and then I repainted the handles, and this is what it turned out to be. So y'all remember this corroded knife. It still looks not that great, but it does function. Check this thing out, it's pretty wild. So that's pretty awesome. I guess we got us a switchblade. But now the other knife, that's what I think is so cool. It was, when I took the handles apart, it had a magnetic security device inside. So I was thinking, okay, what's the deal? Is this thing expensive? Is it, you know, one of them high dollar knives? So when I got the blade clean, I could tell that it was an SOG. And so I went and looked it up, of course, and yeah, it was, you know, suggested retail. It's a high dollar knife, and it requires in its handle a small spring, and that thing had completely corroded and collapsed. But everything else cleaned up pretty good except for the spring, and so it wasn't functional, but it looked decent. I mean, it looked okay for being on the bottom of the lake for Lord knows how long. So I got to thinking, I'm going to go to their website. You know, since it's an expensive knife, I'm going to send them a message and see how much a spring costs. I figured, you know, it can't be that much. I'll buy the spring, put it in there, and then I'll have me a cool SOG knife. So I sent them the message, told them that I found this knife on the bottom of the lake, and all I needed was the spring. You know, how much for the spring, how much for shipping. Well, they sent me a message back and said, hey, lifetime warranty, send the knife back, we'll rebuild it. Well, look what they sent. Brand new in the box. Man, you can't beat that. SOG, you guys rock, man. Sending me a brand new knife from, you know, one that was found on the bottom of the lake, and I don't know how long that thing had been there, but I thought that was awesome of them to send me a knife. So y'all go show your support for SOG. They will stand behind their products. That's basically all I got for now. We are going to start doing some live streaming. I did get set up for that. You know, it's fun. So far, I've tested it and everything works. I'd like to get set up where my camera is better. But for now, it's functional, and we've tested it and we had a little fun with it. A couple of subscribers tuned in. But anyway, show your love for SOG. If this guy starts selling these headphones again, those are worth the money. They're awesome. If you're tired of waiting on Mind Lab. And I'll see y'all in the next video.